All right, yeah. I'm here today to talk about my new PC build for 2025. Now, this is after the fact. I've already put it together, but I'm going to just go over all the actual pieces and how I came about coming to the conclusion of what I was going to build in. Did watch a lot of videos and stuff prior to 2025 and then a few in January and February. This build was put together in March and was so much fun. I had a blast putting together this PC. I started off with the LANCOOL 207 ATX RGB gaming case. I went with the white version. I am going with the all white build. I really enjoyed this case. This is the first time building in a all white build. Uh, this is also one of the top rated cases for airflow. Really cool, and plus with the price, which I mean, come on, this was absolutely crazy. And this has slightly went up since whenever I bought it. I actually got a deal on it, so it was a little bit cheaper, but 100% one of the coolest looking cases. And I know a lot of people are going with like the fish tanks and stuff like that. I just want the most cool airflow case that as possible, but with a glass display. And so I saw this and I was like, yo, this is awesome. I really enjoyed this right here. If you look right here, at the bottom of this is it's actually got the power supply in the front of the build instead of the back of the build. And it's got fans where underneath where the power supply used to be. So that's just extra cooling for the GPU and motherboard. I really enjoy that. My temps stay so cool with this. I totally enjoy it. I absolutely love it. I did go with the Sama power supply and also the Sama LD 240 Pro 240 AIO. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know nothing about Sama. They had this like pack combo and different things where I can get all these different discounts and stuff. I had what I was building was a $3,000 computer because I was going for the best of the best when it comes to the CPU and the best of the best for the GPU. And then the rest of it was just like what is fitting the aesthetic, but also good enough price. So I went with these. Now I'm going to say this: the power supply is amazing. It is kicking butt left and right. I've did multiple tests in it. I have no problem with their power supply. Now, however, the Sama 240 AIO, we got a problem with it. First of all, I thought that the 240 would be more than enough, and it is. It is enough. It's actually overkill for my processor, and I'm not going like too extreme on overclocking, but I'm pulling great numbers for the games that I'm playing. So my frames per second are awesome. However, well, how can I say this the right way? Okay, the actual software that you're supposed to download using these QR codes do not work. This is 100% awful. So this is saying out of stock and might not come back in stock. Yeah, I understand why they're not coming back in stock. Their software does not work. It absolutely does not have the ability to put your temps and stuff on there, and that's what I really wanted. So this will be getting replaced. Now, however, that being said, my let me bring this up right now so you can see this. If let me see if I can do this right quick. Yeah, here we go. Now, if you look, my temps are at 44 and my GPU is at 31. This case stays really, really cool. Right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a super hot summer day, and that's what I'm rocking. So I mean, it's more than adequate to keep this build cool. I have had this on pretty much all night and all morning, so I haven't like turned it off at all. But just letting you know that this is the problem. But see, even if you come over here, there is no display and all that stuff. And then like I went to go try to download it using these QR codes, and it's you're going on a hunt and you just never get anything. You go on a fishing trip, you come back empty every time. This lake is no life in it. I promise you that. I absolutely 100% do not recommend the Salma AIOs. They are working. It is keeping my actual CPU cool. The only problem is it's not actually doing the display. The software is horrible, so I will not recommend this. I will be replacing this with a 360 AIO later on, probably a Corsair or Thermocool, or something that is good for the price. If I see a good sale, it's got to be a white, because I'm going with the white build, of course. Then, of course, moving on, I'm building. This is going to be my gaming computer 100. I want this to last me a good while, so I had to go with the best of the best. This is God mode when it comes to gaming computers. You got to go with AMD Ryzen 7 9800 X3D. Come on, man. This is Zen 5. This is 8 cores, 5.2 gigahertz. And if you overclock this bad boy, you are leaving people in the dust. Now, on World of Warcraft, I had over like 380 to 400 something frames per second. I am like super happy about how quick and responsive I am in like games of that nature. But also, this is overkill for most all games that I'm playing anyway. And the only ones that I would say that I haven't really tested a lot are like a little bit more graphically intense and turning them all the way to max and stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you, I turned all my stuff to max, especially in like the story modes and the RPGs and all the different shooter games and stuff I play. This thing is phenomenal. This thing works so great. It handles multiple renders at the same time really well. I absolutely love this CPU. I can go into details about how great this is. This is the best for gaming right now. I put this together in March, and I've been gaming on this. Now it is September. So I have absolutely have no problems with saying that I highly recommend this. It is $500. I paid for it as soon as it came out. I had to get it, put it in there. It was great. Now, a lot of people was trying to push me for the 9950s. And, they said, oh, well, if you're going to be doing all this, get the Ryzen 9 9950. Yeah, hey, I could have easily threw an extra 100, $200 and, got these different, versions. But as for gaming, this is the beast. This is the one you want to get. The Ryzen 9 9950 X3D is great for what it does. I'm not doing all that, man. I'm just gaming, and what little videos I make, it ain't nowhere near what I need to pay that extra $200. I could take that and put it somewhere else. This right here is the beast to get. I absolutely love it. This is the king of gaming when it comes to it. AMD, keep smashing it out like this, man. You got a fan for life as long as you keep doing this, my man. All right. I also got the T-Force Delta RGB 32 gigabytes. This is 100% awesome. I was told to go, definitely go ahead and get a future proof on this. So move up to DDR5. I had to leave DDR4 behind, even though I had so many sticks of DDR4. And I was like, oh man. But, I still got some old builds. They're still functioning well. But this is the DDR5. Now, I was told to get right here, it's got to have a cache latency 30. This is what I was told right here. It needed to have the number be 30, perform at the best. Now, I was told also that the speeds I needed to get like the 6000 right here, the DDR5 6000. This one right here would be the best in that actual build, because if you could go lower than this, by the way, lower is better supposedly, like 29, 28 and stuff, but it's like maybe 1 or 2 percent better, not necessarily big numbers. So this right here I was told that this was the best to go with. And 32 gigabytes, 2 by 16 gigabytes, that's like the sweet spot, and it's like more than enough to take care of the job. This is what I got. I did go with RGB because my build is going to be pretty flashy and cool. So I absolutely love this memory. I've already overclocked it using the Expo, and it's just it's a beast, man. I'm not dishing on these in any way, shape, or form. I know that everybody's got their own style. If you look at my overall build, it's kind of white with some grays and silvers and little trims of black, so it's kind of like a spaceship. I absolutely love that, and they fit right in. This went straight with my build perfectly. I absolutely love them. They do a great job. I can't complain about them at all. And plus, for the price that they were at, I cannot say enough good things about this build so far. Now, right here, I'm moving on. This was a free gift that they gave me. Hey, who cannot say no to an extra 64 gigabytes of memory in a USB? Come on, man. Like, I'm not saying no. So, yeah, this was great. They threw this in. Awesome. I ended up getting the ASUS Prime X670E Pro Wi-Fi. This is AMD 5 Ryzen, by the way. That is the 9000, 8000, and 7000 ATX motherboard. This also has the PCI with Gen 5.0. This is future proof, straight up. It's got multiple M.2 slots. It is DDR5, of course, and also it has Type C USBs in it. This is amazing. If you are looking for a lot of connectivity, this is, check that out. Just look at that. I mean, look at this. So many C ports, so many USB ports, so much connectivity. I love it because I got, these lights, I got these cameras, I got these speakers, I got all these different little gadgets and stuff. So yeah, this is really good, right up my alley. Now, there are better boards, 100% hands down, but for the price that this was at, and also the look, it was the exact look that I was wanting. It looks like a spaceship. It looks like, really shiny. It still went with the white motif, but with a dark on the back. So it's kind of like, not just all white. It was, a little bit of contrast to it. It really made it stand out. I absolutely love this board. It has been the only thing that I had to do that was scary as heck to me because, I've updated the BIOS on some boards, but every time it happens, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh my God, am I going to brick this board? Am I just wasting money? What's going on here? I had to do a BIOS update to this board to work. Other than that, everything was great. But once it worked and I hooked it up, everything was going. I was so relieved. But yeah, it was actually pretty easy afterwards. I know a lot of people like try to fearmonger and scare you. All right, then of course I was looking for a 2 terabyte, and I ended up buying this. This was of course you can see right there. It says I purchased it back in March. I went with the WD Black. And I purchased this last March, of course. It's a 2 terabyte, and it's the SN850X. It's the SN850X. Now, I was told that these are more than enough speeds, and of course, I got it at a better price than what this is at. But this is now September, so prices go up and down and fluctuate differently. I literally pretty much stole this. Not really, but what I'm saying, they had a really good deal on this back in the day. So it was absolutely great that I got this. And I ain't gonna lie, the 2 terabyte version is what I went with. That's more than enough for me to play my games that I play on. I have multiple terabytes. I have like a 10 terabyte off to the side that's portable that I normally throw games on. Like if I'm not playing no more, I won't delete them. I'll just move them to that. So then I keep this 2 terabytes pretty clean. So I'm just constantly playing and running my operating system and stuff on it. I don't load this down anyway. I do have an extra 1 or 2 terabytes off to the side just in case that I need it. But this is what I went with. I mean, when we're talking about storage, I mean, I would say 2 to 4 terabytes is pretty much what you want to get to run it. If you're doing a lot of pictures, a lot of extra videos and all that kind of stuff, go ahead and get the 4, and then, have you like a extra, a few terabytes. If you're doing a lot of videos, you're going to have to invest in some extra, external hard drives to hold all this, because videos, they add up, man, especially if you're doing long content, long formatted content. But anyway, back to it. Now, at this point in time, my GPU that I was going to get, I've been with the GeForce and NVIDIA. I've been with them for a while. I ain't gonna lie. Even back whenever the 1660 Super came out, I had that. The 4090, the 4080s. Okay, I ended up getting the 4090. I paid a crap ton of money for it. It was awesome for what it was, and it still is great. I'm not lying. That thing, I could put it in this system and it still kick out. But I wanted to future proof a little bit. Now, I was thinking about going back to green, cause everybody goes to green. Everybody, I'm gonna be honest with you, most people have been mixing green and red. AMD for the CPU, NVIDIA for the GPU. But the price gouging, the scalping, the treatment that they have put on us consumers, I instead moved on. I went with AMD this year. This year I'm going with AMD 100%. The AMD ASRock Steel Legend Radeon RX 97 XT. 16 gigabytes. Come on, man. This thing is a beast. I absolutely love all the models that have came out in here. Of course, I went with this one because it was white, but I was actually going to not go with this one. I was actually going to pair the ASUS that came out, the big block one. I was going to get it. I actually put it in when it first was released. I put it in and I actually pressed order on Newegg. It said complete. It sent me the email, and then all of a sudden I got another email saying that the order was canceled. Sorry about for the inconvenience. A bunch of BS. I got on the phone. A big situation happened. I could not get it. Apparently, I think it was something to do with their stock, or they didn't have it, or whatever. And maybe they thought that they had an extra, but they didn't. But anyway, something went wrong, and I did not actually get that one that I thought I did. My money was not taken. They didn't take the money out. Nothing happened. I mean, they initially did, but then it was like redeposited. I was like, what? So that freaked me out. Hey, but I'm okay with that. It's no big deal. All right. I instead waited around, and then they threw a deal at me that I could not say no to. Now, mind you, I already am doing all my research on all these different, RGB, different like kind of builds, and all the different best looking GPUs, and I love them all. They all are great. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is for raw power, absolutely great. And what they're showing you, graphics cards, the RX graphics cards are this generation, the 9070 XT is amazing for raw power. It is straight up putting out and showing it's competing. It's competing with the 5060s, and that is awesome, man. It's really cool. So I was like, okay, well, why would I pay all these extra grands, all these extra thousands of dollars here and there for just the same amount of performance? And so this year I decided to go with Team Red, and I have not been disappointed. I absolutely, for the gaming and the things that I'm doing, this is absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. Plus, I had to do a combo because of the scalping and stuff, which, by the way, is not a bad thing, because I needed to upgrade to a new screen. My old screen completely just stopped working on me, and I was gaming on actually an old Vizio TV that was like I don't know, it was like a 32-inch or something like that. I was like, no, I had to upgrade, and I definitely want to go with this curved ultra wide. Really cool looking. I absolutely love this. When they paired it with that, I was like, hey, you know what? Let's get all this and we'll throw it together. And this is going to be my 2025 build. And I haven't looked back. I've been having a blast with it. And this video is basically me putting it all together to get the build going. Please enjoy. Have fun. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what. All right, this is the best part, right? I used to love. I like the little bitty bubble wrap. These big ones definitely work, but not as fun. I'm just gonna throw it down here. My little yamper is gonna love that. All right, here we go. Yay! More big bubble wrap. All right, this is the air cooler. Now I'm going with the white build, and this was a really good. Get out of here. This was a really good buy for the price, and I really wanted one that actually had the temps and the LCD screen, so then I actually can see the temps going on. And with the case that I'm going with, it's not as long, so I'm going with the 2-fan all-in-one cooler. So yeah, this thing's looking really good. And yeah, I wanted the white version, so that's the one I got. This is a Sama. Now maybe Sama, but this is the LD 240 version. This is I thought, as soon as I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is like really cool, and I think it's going to really make my build look really good. I haven't gotten a lot of information on these coolers, and I was really close to getting a Corsair one, but the sale had just went off, and then I saw this, and then I started looking at some of the reviews, and it wasn't bad or good. It was kind of just like very new, so I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And then also I'm double checking on the Sama, but there's also some power supplies and stuff like that as well, so I'm looking into that and got that as well. So we're going to check out Sama and see how good they are. For the price and stuff, it is cool. This is a AIO water cooler, so it's all together, already made, it's ready to go. It's also got the custom HD screen on it, 2.1 LCD panel, and Sama monitor. I'm thinking it's going to be great. All right. This should be my Sama power supply. Now I'm not sure, but I remember getting this. I've been working too much, so I hardly ever get a chance to do anything. Even putting this together, it's going to fall in between my work schedule because I just work all the time. But yeah, this is it. Yeah. Now, I knew I was going to be doing a lot of extra I'm putting a lot of extra stuff on the I got trash down here, so I'm not missing. But I knew I needed at least a 850 to 1,000 watt seal air. Goodbye. I have to throw that out tomorrow. But yeah, this is the now it is 80 plus go, which that used to be something back in the old days, but today, I mean, they say that don't go by that. But it is the white version. I'm doing a complete white build. Oh my goodness, this thing's heavy. All right. Oh man, that thing's heavy. All right, this is what my PC is going to be built in. From what I've done on my research, this one is the coolest case that you can get. Like the way they've designed with the airflow, with the fans in the bottom and the front, and everybody that's tested these, and I watched a lot of videos on a lot of different cases, and this is the one that as soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, because I've always loved LAN's cases. As a matter of fact, one of my very first builds was going to be in one of their cases, and it was one that had like the RGB on the front, and it was like really cool. When I first started making some of my super gaming computers and stuff, they were sold out, so I ended up going with a Fantech, which by the way made me a Fantech fan. But that being said, I've always loved LAN's cases, and I don't know if you can see this, but just look at this. Let me raise it up. Like, this is the ATX LAN 207, and they got plenty of videos and reviews and stuff on this. This case is without a doubt one of the best, especially for keeping your components really cool. The airflow in it is amazing. It's about 25 pounds or so, I believe. So I thought make sure you have some room in here. This is a little bit of a layout on what it looks like. It's a little more compact than my last builds that I built in, which I built in the Fantech. It's a little bit bigger than this, but at the end of the day, this is more than big enough to hold everything that I'm putting in it. It is the 207. I can't wait to put it together. The front end fans are ginormous. They are huge, and I can't wait to build in this thing. It's once again, I'm going with an all white build, so I got the white version. This is it's gonna be kick ass. I can't wait to get it going. All right, it's time to check out the motherboard, and here we are, man. I went with the Prime X670E Pro Wi-Fi ASUS motherboard. This thing is loaded. I mean, completely loaded. I absolutely love the design of it too. The almost looks like a spaceship kind of look with the silvery white back white panel on it. It is 100% loaded. Just check this out. The connectivity, that's definitely the number one thing that I absolutely loved about it. A lot of USB ports on it. It's got a whole bunch of C ports on it too. It's I can't wait. I can't wait to get this going. It was brand new, but this right here was a little sus. I didn't understand, but I guess they leave a little room there for it, but I was like, I'm not sure about that. But it looked like somebody opened it and then re-put it back on. That's what it was when it came, but I was checking it out, but I think that it's all good. But I mean, as long as it works, I don't care. But I can't wait to get it rolling, man. This thing is beast. Now I done downloaded the BIOS. Now I'm gonna plug this in and see if I can get this all working, and so this can take the 9800 X3D AMD process CPU, so I can make sure that, because if it ain't gonna take that, then this board is worthless. So I gotta be able to make sure that it can run my CPU on it, and if it can't, then yeah, we'll go from there. All right, I took the sticker off. The sticker comes right off very easily, so it looks like this board may have been already opened before, and I paid for a brand new board, so that's concerning. I'm hoping that it was just like the sticker was a little moved, but this came off, and you can see right there how easily it came right off. It was already damaged. Like normally those are like perfectly sealed, but there's crinkles here, and all this looked like it's been, but it's still the way it was. It looked like somebody had already previously opened this board up. So let me see what's going on with this. I'm hoping there is no shenanigans, because I don't want to deal with any shenanigans at all. But let's just go see what's going on. I'm hoping that this thing is brand new. It is glorious. This thing looks absolutely amazing. Plus, with the price that I paid for it, when these things first came out, these things were astronomical. But for only $200, and you can get deals where it's literally maybe 209 or something like that. So, but you can get a deal where it's a little under 200. That's for these boards and the connectivity and what they're putting out. Yeah, 100% amazing. Make sure you get rid of all static electricity. I got this touching this, so I'm done there. Touching all these metals. Relieve all static electricity. I don't want nothing to damage this board. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, that's the Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, I can't wait. Let's open her up. All right. Trying to be very fragile with it. Oh yeah. All right. What does she tell me? Let's set this off to the side just for now. Let's go ahead and pull all these gadgets out. We're gonna need all this and more. And booklets and everything. All right, and let's go ahead, put this back together. And then on top of here, I'll already put that down on there. And this is where I will build this bad boy. Let's go ahead and just keep it in a static proof wrap for right now. Just keep it over there for right now. Alright, we got, oh yeah, and about 2 little stands. I bought a whole bunch of extra ones of these. I put together so many PCs. Some more of those little sticky tabs. More of the stands. Okay, that's cool. Oh yes. All right, and then the Wi-Fi. Yep. All right, let's put all this to the side for right now. And let's go to the actual guide. Let's look for. We need to look up Chapter 3, BIOS. Knowing BIOS. This is where we're going to go to 3.1. I mean, all the basics I already know. I've worked with a lot of ASUS products anyway. I'm going to go over a few of these just to make sure I'm getting what I'm getting. Make sure I know everything. But what did I say? 3.1. Yeah, BIOS. Alright, let's check out the BIOS. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, so we're going to have to put some power to this bad boy. So we're going to have to get the power supply out. I bet everything is so dull. My razor is so dull. I have to change it out. That thing is. I've been using this for everything though, so yeah. I'll have to change that out. I can't even cut plastic with it. It's so dull. I can't believe that. Anyway, moving on. Let's get this bad boy. Put all this down. And I have a feeling that thing is just like too bright. Let's see. Is that better? Maybe. That will be better. Or is that just too bright? This is like white now on that camera. Let's go with that. Oh. Well, like, or is it better just off? Yeah. For some reason, it looks like it's doing better without the light. So, yeah, it does look a lot better without the light. Well, anyway, let's open this thing up. Brand spanking new. Oh yes, love that new smell. Smells so good. All right, GT Sama. Is it Sama or is it Sama? Sama. We'll see. We'll find out. All right. This thing is supposed to be completely 100% fully modular. So let's hope so. Let's go ahead and take all the cables out. Yeah, there's the power. That's the power cable. And all the connectivity that we'll possibly need. And all right, they gave us some little ties. Hey, that's cool, man. Logo. Hey, man, if it works good, I'll rock it, man. And I'll tell people, hey, it's like really good on prices and also really cool. All right, man. I'm glad they gave a lot of these. These definitely come in handy. All right, let's see. Okay. Well, we don't need that. Put that down there. I gotta make sure my little one don't get a hold of that. And oh yeah, we're definitely gonna need these. All right. All these little extra styrofoams. Yay. All right. Let's put this right here for now. Put this over here. All right. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that thing is gorgeous. Look at that. It smells a little very electrical. Smells a little off. ATX3. Yeah, that thing is pretty though. I like the how clean it is. And it looks very, very nice. Alright, let's look at here. Main board, PCIe, CPU. Yep. Alright. Well, let's rock and roll. Let's take this thing out and let's connect it up. And let's set this thing up to do a BIOS flashback and cross our fingers and hope this works. Okay. Going through getting all the cords out. I've had some people say to do of course, the 24 pin and also the CPU as well. Some just did the 24 pin. Some did the CPU and the 24 pin. I consulted the manual and it did not say either one. But a lot of videos are saying to do both because it's really not going to hurt it. So I just want to make sure I am getting this done and doing it right, so I don't want to mess it up. But so I'm gonna hook both of them up, and we'll see what happens from there. And let's see, CPU. Yes, these are perfect, and this right here is CPU. Let's make sure I get the right one. There's a CPU PCE here, and there's a CPU PCE here. I'm gonna go with this top one. That's the PCIe and PCIe. And this is CPU PCIe, either or. So let's go with this one right here. Oh, that's satisfying. That slid in just perfect. Make sure all these are in really firmly. All right, so I have everything good on this part. I'm not going to plug this up just yet, but I am going to go ahead and install the power supply power cable as well, and that's in there nice and firm too. All right, so I'm gonna set this down and a little bit off to the side just for now. Let's come over here and make sure touch metal, get any static or anything off, because I don't want no static messing with me. All right, let's take this bad boy out of its static wrapper. All right. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to have to lift it up, take it out of camera view to make sure I get this out without dropping it or anything. So sorry about that, but we'll get it going. I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous, and we're going to build it right here on top of this bad boy and make sure there ain't no static electricity anywhere. LED, get rid of all that. All right. Now we need to hook up the 24 pin here. Let me see if we need some light. I don't know if that's helping or hurting. All right, the 24 pin. I don't know if you can see. Right there is where we're going to be hooking that up to. Let's move that to the side. And this 24 pin. I'm loving the white aesthetic with the black and white. It really does look really good. All right, let's go ahead and let's get make sure this is all together now. Press and firm, get that connection. Is that connected all the way down? No, not just yet. There it goes. It's in there good now. Now I want to make sure it's got good connection All right. So that's hooked up. CPU. That's going to be up here at the top. Right here. And everything is ready. I'm going to plug this up and power it on, and then I will insert the USB with the new BIOS and press and hold the BIOS flashback button until a green light starts blinking. When the green light starts blinking, it's a waiting game. Then you sit back. If it stops blinking very quickly, or if it turns solid green, or if it turns solid blue, or anything like that, the BIOS failed. And it could be my USB, or it could be the actual BIOS update itself. I'll have to scale it back, because sometimes you got to do these in installments instead of just getting the latest one. All right, we have power, and here we go. There is power. All right, so my power supply works. That's a plus. Oh, the RGB on that is so awesome, and all this is going to be on the Aura Sync, so I'm getting all Aura Sync, so everything's going to be able to match it however I like it. I like the music sync, so as like whenever you play music and stuff, it like plays with it. That's really cool. Let me just make sure. All right, now it comes time for the hookup. Let me make sure. Yeah, I see. Okay, so it's the bottom one. So I'll plug in just like this. I can't see from over here. Okay, bad angle. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna plug it into the BIOS, and then I'm going to press the BIOS button, flashback. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the green button going off. All right, I just hope this thing works. It's blinking. Okay, I'm going to set a timer. Stopwatch, go. All right, I got the stopwatch going as well, so all right, it's been, what is this, 21 minutes and 54 seconds. It's been about 22 minutes, so let's go ahead and stop that. I think it's long enough. It never came back on, so I'm pretty sure that it's ready. So I was told to power off. And pull out the USB. And good to go. This is 2 times 16 gigabytes. That's 32 gigabytes of 6,000 megahertz of DDR5 RAM. I mean, this is going to be this is more than enough. It's also got the AMD Expo on there, so I can set it up to get the max speeds out of it really easy. I got the white version because I am going with the all white build. And yeah, I can't wait to pop this in. So I'm gonna install this into this, and oh, this is the real master right here. The Ryzen 7 9800X3D. This is one of the best gaming PC CPUs that you can get. This is one of the best gaming processors you can get. I don't know if you can see it because it's like all whited out, but God, that's so bad it won't focus. Let me see if I turn down the light, since for some reason it's not wanting to show. There we go. Why is everything so blurry? It's not sharp at all. That's not good at all. Just don't focus right. But anyway, it's the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D. Brand new, never been opened. This is one of the kings of gaming. I mean, especially if you play games the way that I play, that are, more CPU than GPU based, this one with the 3D V-catch on it is amazing. So highly recommended, and I can't wait to put this monster to use. This thing is not cheap at all. You're looking at about $500 here. So just for this little piece of metal. So it's got a lot of technology in it, but I mean, this is the best on the market as of right now. All right, it's time to put in the CPU. Let's go ahead and move this stuff off to the side, and let's get the CPU ready to go. All right, this right here is a little latch. Let me just scoot this over here for right now. Man, this right here is the #1 CPU for video games. It is a beast, and with the 3D V-catch that's stacked on top of this thing, it's overkill for most of the games that I play. So I ain't gonna have to worry about nothing now. I ain't gonna lie. This I can't wait. So let's get into it. I'm gonna cut it up right up here. Let's get on to this. Boom, just like that. Brand new out of the box. I absolutely love it. Look at that bad boy. I mean, come on now. Oh, like, since they first started talking about this CPU, and just looking at all and watching a lot of the videos on how powerful this thing is, and seeing a lot of how it runs so many games that I love to play, and how amazing it is. I am so happy that I'm now holding this in my hand. All right, let's rock on. Let's move this off to the side. Let's get this thing set up first and foremost. We got to, let's do it this way. this is the little latch system right here. Press it down and pull it up. That little metal bar right there contracts off of this little metal spring, and this right here is going to lift up. And make sure, I don't know if you can see that very good, but you can see all the little pins down there. Now I just want to double check and make sure. Let me use my phone light right quick and make sure that there ain't no damage on any of these pins, because I did buy the motherboard and it did look like the sticker was tampered with, but this looks brand new, so I ain't got no problem with that. All right, now pay close attention on the AMD, which if you're buying Intel, hey, you can do what you want. I'm an AMD man all the way, cause they're just the best right now. If Intel does better later, great, but you want to look for that little arrow and then match it up with the arrow that's over here, which is right there in that top corner. Well, you probably see it better. It's on this side, and just match it up. Yeah, everything's looking good. So you want to apply this effortlessly. You don't want to put any kind of pressure on it at all. You kind of want to just let it go in, easy peasy. Let me set this right here. Let's open this bad boy up. Oh. Now, the older ones, oh, this is making me happy. I love this. The older AMD CPUs had all the pins on the actual CPU, and the motherboards just had the holes. But I think it's so heavy, way heavier than my last CPUs from the last gens. See, there's the arrow. Just want to line it up. All right. Now, right here, you want to be very gentle. Very, very gentle. You do not want to drop. I'm so. Let me get it by this side right here. Let's go in this way, because this is the way. And you just want to let gravity take its course. You don't want to force anything down. Do a little wiggle. Don't ever like hard bam 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 or slam it down in there. You just want to do a little wiggle, make sure it's got in there and that it's down, and it is down. It sets in there just nicely. Like you know when it sets in there, it's like it was perfect. There is no clicking sound, there is no nothing like that. It just sits in there very comfortably. If it don't go right down in there and flush on the sides like that, something might be amiss. All right, after you get it down in there and there is no wobble or anything, everything's perfect, you want to close this down on it and then start closing this down. This is going to automatically pop this shield off as you put it down. And you're going to need a little bit of force to make sure you do it. And that shield pops up. Just take it off. Make sure you save your shield just in case you want to sell your motherboard or if you need to send it back for your warranty or anything, they need this back. So make sure you do not throw this away. Put it back into your box and keep up with it, which that's what I'm going to be doing. I take all the boxes and stuff and on YouTube, and there's a lot of different people are taking all the box arts from all the different pieces that they use to build their PC for that year, and then they make a collage art and hang it up, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And well, anyway, when you're done, that is the beauty. I mean, I am ecstatic. Like, that is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes. Just make sure that thing is not touching there. And you gotta be very careful that we don't get no stuff on that side. I touched it a little bit around here. I want to make sure I get all my oils off. I don't want none of my oils on here at all. Next, I'm going to go ahead and install my memory. I got, this is DDR5. I went with the white with the RGB. Most people, if you don't want the RGB, that's fine. You don't have to get it. I like doing different schemes and stuff like that with mine. You don't have to have it, but this is a must for me. But the RGB is optional. You don't need to get this. I went with 32 gigabytes because out of all the videos and all the guides, 32 gigabytes is all you need. I was highly recommended to get at least 32 gigabytes of 6,000 megahertz, and to make sure that the count was at 30. Yeah, 30. It could have been 28, 29, 30, but they don't get anything higher than 30. You stick at 30s from what I was told, which is fine by me. I can always upgrade if I need, if they got somehow made a better situation where I needed to get, 64 gigabytes of RAM or whatever, I can always upgrade. I'm not, for the most part, RAM is pretty inexpensive. This, I believe, was only like $100 and something bucks. Not too bad at all. Oh yeah, they're gorgeous. They're definitely going with the set. Mine is, this build is going to look more like a spaceship. So I'm going with the whole space theme with this one. Let's get this thing out of here. All right, there we go. Got the T4 sticker. That's pretty cool. Let's put that off to the side for right now. I'm gonna have so many different stickers and stuff. Ooh, okay. Now, I've already consulted my manual, but most of them are the same, and that is going to be, I might have to cut the light on so you can see this. Yeah, so you can see better. This is A1, A2, then it's B1, B2. You always want to go in, for the majority, but always consult your manual, but it'll be A2, B2. So, and mine would be the grays. So you just push this little button back, and then they're ready to go in. All right, now these things can only go in one way, and you don't want to break them or anything, but they are definitely, you want to Okay, hold on one moment. That is not good. I see a little hair. Look at that. Can you see that? A little hair. It looks like my little Yamper, my little Ripley. We have a corgi, and I think that was one of her little hairs. Let me make sure there ain't no more hairs on this thing as I'm building, because I don't want any kind of damage. This stuff is expensive. Make sure there ain't nothing. Alright, we're good. I'll set this over here just for now. Might need that. Alright, let's go back to this. You want to find this little arch, this little notch right here, and line it up with this one right here. This slides in down here. Make sure that that is in. Now you want to push firmly. There, it snapped on that side, snapped on that side, snapped up here. And you want to hear those clicks, so you got to press firmly. You don't want to put like over, you don't want to be overzealous and just be, oh, you want to just push firm but steady and keep it. And normally like one side will snap in, then the other side will snap in, and then this will click up here and lock in. So you want to make sure it's in there nice and good, just like that. Oh, these things are beast. This thing's going to be super fast. Line up that middle. And there's that one. There's that one. And there's the clamp. Perfect. Now, oh man, this thing's looking gorgeous. Let's give it a, ooh, yes. And I love the heat shields on all this. It just looks so, you know, spacecraft. This board is totally good on the price value and with all the features on it, especially the connectivity. Like, look at all these USB ports on here. And I mean, look at all the C ports too. Those are all new. And then we also have the PCIe 5.0. This is the M.2 port. Like, this is 5th generation right here. And then these down here, I do believe, are 4 and beyond. Or before, I meant. Let's see this bad boy. Let's put it right here. Move this off. These plates, these heatsink shields are awesome. They really do look amazing. I really can't describe how much I actually love, because I just constantly talk about it. This right here is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and remove this so I don't forget. And that right there is going to help with the heat shield. Help with the heating. What in the world? It just disappeared. Okay, it's somewhere down in the floor. I'll have to find it later. I just want to make sure it's really nice and clean out. You can tell it's gotten a little hot right through there, but no big deal. It should work just fine. I'm going to be replacing this anyway. I'm just going to put like a basic Windows install on this. I'm not going to actually do the actual Windows install until I know for sure which one I'm going to be doing. And alright, so we're going to stick that there. Bam, perfect. See how that goes in and then goes down? I don't know if y'all can see that. Just line it up, push it until you can't sit no more, and then this will go down, and then I'll actually use the heat shield to cover. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, that's the way it works. Alright, just want to make sure that's sitting there just right. Let's get that started. And then let's get this one started. I like ping-ponging back and forth. I am going to replace this, so it's no big deal. I just want something to go ahead and set it up. And 1 terabyte is more than enough to hold Windows 11 and quite a few mini games. But these days, with the amount of games and the sizes of them, I'm looking more for about 4 terabytes. 2 to 4, I would say. If you can get, I don't know, 3 or something, might do the job. But I'm looking more for the price ratio. If I was going to go a 5th gen, I'll get the highest, amount of terabytes for the lowest price, which is probably going to be around like 2 terabytes. But if I go with a 4th gen, I'm probably going to get a 4 terabyte. Because why not? You know what I'm saying? The speed trade-offs ain't that big anyway as of right now, from what I'm reading. So yeah, we're going to go with that. All right, so that right there is the M.2. It has been installed. So now what's next? Well, let me go ahead and get the AIO bracket shield installed. So then after I pull the actual PC case out and start putting it together, I already have that installed. All I have to do is just put the thermal paste on it and slide it in and screw it down. So it'll be easy peasy. Got the CPU, got the RAM, DIMM sticks, and got the M.2 in. So now I'm moving on to the actual AIO bracket. And with that, now there ain't a lot of information on this, I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm giving it a shot. It had a good price on it. I love that it was with how small the case was, I definitely wanted to go with the 240 because they say it's not as big in certain areas in there. But I do believe a 360 would fit in there. But I saw this one for the price. I watched a lot of videos where 240 still, it's only like a 1 or 2 degree difference off. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. And of course I got the white version because I'm going with the all white build. Let's check this thing out and let's see. Here's all the specs on it, by the way. Airflow, air pressure, noise level. Now the pump, normally whenever the pump go off, that's normally when you hear it actually pumping the liquids. That's normally the loudest part of these all-in-one coolers. But this is the main reason why I got it, because I want to see, like, I understand that some AIO coolers have like these cool logos and RGB and stuff like that. I want this. I want to be able to see the temps of my CPU. I want to monitor my CPU at all times. Like, I want to see that just by looking at my PC. If I think something's up, I look over there and it's overheating, I'm going to shut it down and save my PC. Because this is a lot of money. This is the reason why I think all AIOs should go to some form of display that shows your temps. Like, no matter what, you should have that. You can have your cool logo on there, but you need to keep that temp on there, because this is the reason why I bought this one. Having the custom LCD screen with the temps, that's why I bought this. There was a whole bunch of better coolers that was even recommended, but they didn't have those temps, and that's one reason why I chose to take a chance and see how good this thing cools. Which I'm gonna be monitoring this, and if it don't work, I'll go with something else. But I'll just have to throw an extra $100-200 to make sure I get, you know, one of these screens that also shows the temps. And I'll probably go with a 360 if this for some reason doesn't do the job. But I'm gonna put faith in Sama, however you pronounce it. I'm not sure. But let's see how it works. I've already did their power supply, and their power supply is working great as of so far. Now, as for the AIOs, I'm not sure, but we will find out. All right, let's get into this thing, man. Where's my handy dandy blade? All right. It's like Christmas morning. Oh, that newness. Everybody loves the new. Some definitely has a unique smell. It is it's very electronical. I mean, you can just smell the wires and stuff. And this is a let's see what we have here now. We have instructions. Yeah, we don't need these. Done did this enough times to know. We got the accessory box. All right, now this is the gig. Let's pull this whole. Actually, I can pull this whole thing out like this. There we go. Let's set this off to the side for now, and then I can go ahead and pull this and this out. Oh, this thing's looking pretty. Let's just set it down here and get all this stuff out the way. There's that sticker. It came back. But yeah, all right. Put that over there. Unless this, the big reveal. Oh yes, that thing is gorgeous. And it's got a huge screen on it too. Yeah, that's gonna look really good on the inside. And the one thing you gotta do on this thing, oh yes, that radiator looks beast. Yep. Now I think they also have a 360. So if I need it, I'm gonna upgrade to the 360. But right now, for the price point and what I've done, this looks great. Now I ain't gonna pull this off just yet, but before I stick it on there, got to remember to make sure you take this piece of plastic off before you install it. This is a very big no-no if you forget. So hopefully I don't forget. That's perfect. Now let's go to the actual shield. I'm gonna have to make sure I get the AM D5. Okay, let's see how this works. Yeah, they got it in there. All right. All right, now, well, it looks like they have everything labeled anyway, but I know what the AMD brackets look like. It looks like these. Yep. If you didn't know, I mean, they got AMD written all over it. So that's really cool of them to do. All right. Okay. Now, I don't have no clue about what kind of thermal paste this is, but this is thermal grease. But I'm glad they gave me another one of these little spatulas, these little spreaders, because it's like an X with the little dots and then spreads it all out. I prefer that method. I have been using the MX4. This is what I normally use. I know that the ones that come in here are probably just as good. I've always used the MX4 I've been using it for a while, so it's relatively cheap, but it keeps good temps. I'm pretty sure there's a better one out there, but yeah, this is the one that I normally use. If you know a better one that's still maybe even cheaper or even better, yeah, put it in the comments down below. I'll definitely listen to you, man. But as long as it keeps it cool, it's all that matters to me. Now, these are the fan screws. These are for Intel. Intel. This is all Intel. Yeah, that's all Intel stuff. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm ever going to build an Intel computer. I am like 100% on the AMD train. Alright, these are the fan screws. Alright, and I think this is all in here, so let's just move this stuff over here off to the side. I don't need the Intel stuff at all. Don't need to do that at all, so let's just move that right there. Let's just put this back in here actually, so I don't have to worry about all that. I am going to need the screws, but I think they're inside here. Yeah, I think they have all the screws that I need. Because these are for those. I don't think I need these at all. Yeah, because these are like case and fan screws. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I don't need to sand off anything. What I need to do is remove these brackets here and here. I don't know if you can see that as well as I can, but yeah, it's this bracket and this bracket. I'm going to remove both of those and be installing these AMD brackets. And this is what's going to let the AIO hunker down to it. Alright, so let's take one out at a time. Let's start with this bottom one. Keep a good firm grip on your screwdriver while you're doing this. You don't want to accidentally drop your screwdriver on the motherboard, especially if you got a pretty heavy one like I got. I have an electric screwdriver, which is my baby, but unfortunately I have misplaced it. So yes, now keep the back of this down, because the back plate, you want to keep it there. Definitely. Keep up with these two just in case you want to sell the motherboard as well. Put it back all in there, so just in case. Alright, so now let's get into this bag right here. I want to make sure these screws are down the bottom. They don't go flying when I cut into them. I gotta change that blade out. I've been using this blade to cut so much stuff. It's literally dull now. Okay, let's see. Got both bracket size, and I think I'm gonna need the actual big screws to screw down. Oh, there we go. This is garbage now. Okay. They gave me 5, just in case I lose one. Alright, they know me pretty well. Alright, now, the way the bracket goes in is, if I remember right, I think that they are going to be with the arrows pointed inward. So it will be like this. And yeah, just like this. And that's what stands it off. Just like that. And then these screws that are sticking up, if you can see that, I'm not sure if you can pick that up, but let me, and you can see the screws that are sticking up, these nuts I will screw down on too, from after I put the AIO on. But yeah, see, these connect perfect. That slides on just perfect with the one underneath there. And let me go ahead and screw those in before I forget. Don't want to go too tight, but tighten enough. And this side. One on that side and one on this side. Yeah, I really missed my electric screwdriver. That's magnetic too, so these screws were a little bit easier to put in, but a little tight there. Come back over here, a little tight there. This has got those springs in it, so it don't over tighten. All right. All right, we're good. Nice and sturdy. It's in there. All right, now I got the brackets are in place. They are ready. So whenever I do put my AIO shield down, all I have to do is use these nuts, tie them down, and it's ready to go. Let me put those over there with that so I don't lose them. All right, next thing is, that's how it looks once you get it all done. Oh yeah, it's looking very nice. Enjoying the heck out of this. I just can't get over how good this one looks. I really enjoy this one. I'm really enjoying this build too, because this is going to be a gaming beast, and I love gaming. That's one of my favorite hobbies. So I can't wait for this to be done. All right, let's put all this stuff up, and then I'm going to be moving on to the case, and I'm going to pull out the case, and we're going to go ahead and put it all together. Now, we're not going to do a lot of maintenance on the wire management and cords and cables and all that stuff. We're just going to put it together and check it, make sure it works. Since I'm working with AIO instead of just a fan, I would have normally just tested it here. I've already previously tested, make sure it powered on and everything, and I've already did the flashback and all that stuff. But as for actually going through it and all the boot stuff, I'm going to put it all together in the actual LANCOOL 207 case, and then see if it goes there. I'm not going to, bolt it completely down and everything. I want to make sure it works first, and if not, I'm going to troubleshoot and then figure it out what's going on, and then go from there. If I have to take parts out, I ain't got it all bolted down. That's why. That's when I'll take the parts out and try to fix it. Right now, everything's looking really good. I am very proud of this build. I can't wait to get it up and running. All right, so let's move on to the case. All right, it is now time for the case. This bad boy is ready for unboxing. Let me move this back out the way. All right. Let's get it going. Oh yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. She's gorgeous. All right, let's set her up. All right. Let's put this thing down here. Yeah. I mean, come on now. That thing is just awesome. All right, let's take the top off. What do we got here? Well, so let me ground myself a little bit. Put my ground thing back on. Yeah, because it's a lot staticky. All right. Check it, check it, check it. I mean, this thing is just gorgeous. Now, this thing, let's keep it on top of the static. All right, there we go. Finally, reground myself down. Ground. All right, and I mean this thing. Look at that. Those fans are huge, and here she is on the inside. Look at that. The double fans down here, it's going to be sucking in air from this back and the sides over here and over here, and it pulls the air straight up, which will go over the GPU, CPU, and up and out the top where the where I'm gonna be putting the AIO at, and also I have an exhaust fan back here I'll be putting, and these two big fans up front, which are like way gigantic, are gonna just be massive, sucking in cold air. from the front to super. Look at those big old fans. That's nice. I really like that. That is so cool. Here's the back. Now it didn't come with a fan on this back part right here. And I was going to get a 360, but I was concerned about if it would fit up here. But now looking at it, oh, it would most definitely fit. So I could have probably got a 360 one instead of a 240. I could still get one, but for right now, I think I'm going to just go with the 240, which would be good here. And then I bought these extra fans. Bought 3 extra fans, and they're white with the RGB too. So I can put one up here in the front of the IO, and then also one back here in the back for extra exhaust. So I'll have 1, 2 of the giant fans in the front pulling in air, plus the fan that's already on the power supply pulling in, and then these 2 fans down here that are going to be pulling in air straight up. And then I'll have the AIO as an exhaust on the top and a fan in the back right here as an exhaust. Now I can put another fan right here in front of the 240 to pull out more exhaust, but I'm not sure if I'm going to need it, cause just the AIO plus this back fan should have enough pull, and I don't want to affect the air that's coming straight in. I want it to come across the components and then just go up and out. I want it to cool and out, cool and out. But I guess I could put another fan right there too, just to help. I don't know. That might not be a good idea, but I'll have extra fans either way. So this is this thing is absolutely gorgeous. So let's now the top of this can completely come off. This is how the top looks, by the way. I really like it, the simplicity of it, and this is all RGB too. Like, and the way they got this set up, it like sucks the air perfectly straight in. I mean, the way it's built for, it's built to be cool. It's built for airflow. This is really cool on them. They got the bottom set up as well with these. Now, these right here you just pull off, and these are like, you know, dust, clean them off and you put them back on. The one that's right here is going to be, this is for the power supply, because the power supply is in the front of this build instead of the back, which I absolutely love the way they got it set up. So then you got these fans back here to help cool all your actual components. So this case does run really cool with the proper setup. The only thing that I'm going to be doing is I got a 3D printer. I'm going to be 3D printing extra legs to give this a little bit more height. Because if you look, these stands don't give much height. All right, and this is going to be sucking in from the bottom, and these fans are sucking in more from the side. There is like no way for air to come in from down below here. But this one right here, I'm going to put extra, I'm going to 3D print some extra stands. They're just going to make this stand maybe about 1 inch or 2 off the ground higher, so then it can just suck in more air from below. Because I love the build the way it is, but I just want to extend the height a little bit, just so then this right here will be easier to get to, and clean, and also it can pull in more air from below. And no matter what though, this thing is just really cool. I'm really impressed with all the components that I've chosen. I can't wait to put it all together. But this thing takes off from the top up here. You just pull this thing down, and then that's how you can clean this. And it's got the little tabs, which that's super easy to take off and put back on for cleaning purposes. I mean, that's awesome. And the LAN is they killing it with this one. And for the price point, you can't beat it. I'm really enjoying this. Okay. Now it's time for the glass. Now the way this opens up is these two tabs in the back, and take these two out, and this is supposed to come down. Alright, so whenever you take those out, you gotta grab and then you pull back, which pulls this out, and then you can lean it down and it slides out. Okay, we can clean that too and get those mesh out. It's slightly curved. You see the bend is slightly curved. I guess that's because the way that they printed the mesh. I can kind of pop it back, but it's still slightly bent. I wonder if the top will be like that as well. Let me just put that off to the side for right now as well. Let me go ahead and take off the front as well. And that one's actually not bent at all from what I'm looking at, the way I'm looking at it. Let's put that off to the side. And then the top, if I am correct, it just pops up. Well, yeah, you just grab it from the back and pop it up. Yep, it popped up really easy. Alright, it's got like the magnetic little magnets that actually reseal it down. And I'm taking the top off to expose it so I can put the AIO in there really easy and everything. And just so you can see, I'll let you look at it from the top. So you just pop the top off. Everything comes off very easy. It's actually very, very easy to take apart, even though this right here is a little flimsy, but I think it'll hold. Just don't try to pick it up from there. Alright, this right here, I love this. All the cases come in these little tackle box, little tackle box like fishing gear. I love how they got this all set up. They got extra little ties in here if you need them. Screws, bolts, all the little stoppers and everything. These are some extra Velcro-y cable management straps and stuff. Yeah, a little bit of everything in here. Stands off and everything. Alright, and I do believe in here it's going to be the different standoffs for the screws for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws for the motherboard to attach. Alright, and with that being said, let's not do that just yet. Let's put this in here so I don't forget where these are, because I know these go to the bottom back. I want to put these in here so I don't lose them. Let's move to the next. I absolutely love that. That's one thing that the other Fantech and other ones that you get, they come with like a little cardboard box and it's got it on there. I mean, it is what it is. This is just, to me, this is like fancier, and it's more better to like keep up with. Later on, like if you use all the parts in here or take them out and put them somewhere else, you can always use this for something else too. I'm definitely into modeling and stuff, so I'm always using extra stuff like that. So that's really cool. All right, gotta take the back off now. Right here, get that little, and just pull it. Yeah, it's magnetic, and it pops off the same. It's got the little grooves at the bottom that slide into place to put it right back in whenever you need to replace it. Put it back, and right down here will be the little, every time you take this off, if you do have to take it off, just clean it for dust and stuff. You want to keep care of your products. Don't be letting it get all dusty. Alright, and it's already got pretty much most of its cable managed stuff in place. These are already in place, so I can run some straight from here, because this is where my power supply is going to be at, and then it'll come up through here and then run to all the different places that I need it to go. And it's already got some headers and stuff already up here. It's got some down here too, so I'm already got it all set up. I'll have to run it and hook them all up. This yeah, this is the audio cable right there, and I have to run it to the bottom of the motherboard. And down here I can put extra hard drives and stuff, and there's all kinds of different things I can do on this board, in this case. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this buy. Now let me put it together. Let's see how good this thing goes. I gotta make sure that all these screws go to the right place. There we go. There. Sorry, I had to turn that away from the camera, but I had to make sure that none of those tabs were off in any way, shape, or form. I wanted it to sit in there just perfect, and I just got it just perfect. Now let me go ahead and tighten that sucker down. No, that's too little. I think the other one may have been it. Let's see if that's the right one. Yep, that's it. Yep, alright. I'm going to come back taking this back off anyway. I was hoping I didn't have to do that, but I went ahead and did that to knock that out. And there we go. Now, we got the motherboard installed. Oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. Yeah, it's looking so good. So clean. So clean. Alright. Alright. This right here is the audio header coming up, and it's going to be applied right here. So I'll need to bend this. Since it's so long, I'm going to kind of snake it this way, and it only goes in one way. If you look at it, you'll see where it's got the 6 over here and then 3 around, but they're missing 1 right there, and it goes on just perfect. Now I need to go ahead and hook up the 24 pin, put the power supply in, hook up the 24 pin, and then also hook up the CPU power, and then any extra cords, go ahead and run those, especially the one for the GPU, which is awesome because I'm gonna go underneath here and come up through here. Now I'm gonna run just one because I'm gonna be testing this with one of my older GPUs, and then after I'm gonna go ahead and run 2 8 pins though, because I'm gonna be getting a 9070 when they come available. So as soon as they come available, I'll be getting it. But yeah, so power supply as of right now. Let's go ahead and undo this and get this ready to be put. Now I was told to put this fan down, and looking in here in the actual book, it says to put it fan down. So if you look into the actual book, it's stating fan down. But if I buy the LAN one, they're saying to put it up, I believe. I'm not really sure about that. The PSU fan facing downward. Only standard ATX PSUs less than 160 millimeters in length can be installed. Alright. The PSU must have mounted holes for insulation with the fan facing upward. Okay. This is where it's saying that I can install it either way, but I would assume that if it's facing upward, it could be pulling. Hot air is going to rise though, so I'd rather the cool air be pulled from the bottom and rise up through there and cool it, and then come in here and then dissipate on up. But if I put it right here, it would be pushing air down, and that's not I don't think that's correct. Now I can understand if it was over here, but it being here, I think it needs to be down. I do believe it needs to be down. Most of the ones, if it needs to be the other way, then I'll try the other way. But I believe that it is supposed to be facing down. So, and I've seen a lot of videos that stated that it needs to go down. Now, if I'm incorrect in that, I'd love to hear about it. But let's just rock on. I've already got most of these already attached. This part right here off, because this is going to go to the other side. I'll be hooking that up to my power supply and into the wall, because we have a little connector over here that I can put it in through here. All right, let's see if this thing can even fit, which I don't know. Yeah, it can fit, but let's make sure I do it the right way. It's got to be face down. And this right here, pulling the air in and then dissipating it out to that side. Let's see, let's go right here. Power cord's in the way. Let's pull that power cord all the way. Oh my goodness. It works. Oh yeah, that gives plenty of room for the cables to turn upward and stuff. From what it's looking. These cables are very small, and I would probably prefer like a whole bunch of flat cables like this. And the number one complaint that most people said about the 207 was the back of this case, it being a little hard to cable manage. But so far it's not that bad from what I'm gathering. But let me do a little bit more and then I'll come back to that. But I'm thinking that we're going to be fine with the cable management. Let me first and foremost get around here so I can see. Oh yeah, this is going to be easy peasy. I'm going to hold that up right there though, screw that in, and that gives it a little bit of lift too. So okay, that's fine. I'm going to have to get the screws though, so let me go find the screws. Okay, so I got those screws. I went ahead and tagged one here and here adjacently. Now just going to finish these up, tighten them down. Of course, I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah. There was 4 in the finally tackle box, and 1 more. We're good to go. Now, the way the power supply is setting, I'm definitely going to get the 3D printer and do, it's nice and tight on there, and do to elevate this a little higher off the ground, because I want it to pull a little bit more air from the bottom, because this seems like it's a little stifling on my power supply. So I'm definitely going to elevate this thing more than what they are. These little feet just ain't tall enough, so I'm going to jack it up a little bit. You know, hey, I go buy a truck, know what? Jacking it up. Buy a PC, guess what? Jacking this one up too. Gonna put some nice wheels on it, man. But it's supposed to suck in the air, cool it, and it's gonna be pushing it out through this side panel over here. Yeah, some heat will rise up as well though. I just hope that most of it gets out of here, so it's not coming up here and heating all this up. So this is going here. This is supposed to be cooling this. This is supposed to be pulling in cool air up here to keep all this cool. So now for this right here, I'm going to, let's backtrack this just a little bit through here, and then it's gonna have to come through here. Oh, let's do it like this. That worked perfect. Power, I ain't gonna plug it up yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn the power on, so I ain't gonna worry about it. And that's the only thing that will be a problem, is like I'm gonna take this panel and side panel off to get to it to turn the power off. Let's put this right here, pull it ever so slightly to right there. Nice and good, give that good ventilation. I don't want that coming undone. All right, the power is looking good. And then my cord will be coming in over here and out to the power supply and into the wall. Well, the power saver. All right, now let's see what we're looking at now. Got that. Let's start hooking up the other components, which this one right here are the CPU. These are the CPU ones. You and you go together, and you and you go together, and we make the 8-pin up here. So we're gonna go straight up through all this. Let's pull you guys. Let's pull you guys over here just for a second. You're going up through here. You're following. Go on up, on up. What are you doing? Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Just get out of there. Get over there. Get out of the way. I swear. Alright. This is CPU. We're going to come through this one too. And this one. All you go through here. I want you to go behind these guys. Up, 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 up the stairs you go. And then the tunnel. Yeah, pull the, I want these to be kind of held off by these cords. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and go through this one too. Come on now. Get through there. And then to here, and through here. Push all you through. Both of you through. Get through. Don't be turning sideways on me. Get out of there. Get through, get through, get through. Alright, now I'm going to definitely wrap these one way or another after I get them. I'm going to get some little ties and tie these together so they're not just spaghetti noodling all over the place. I don't know if you can see that up there, but I went through up here and around and then through here. So now it's time to plug them in at the top up here. I'll put it like this. I don't know how well you can see this because I have everything in the way as of right now. You might be able to see, might not be able to. I have no clue. We'll see. These two by your powers combined. And then you two. Okay, I had to do some crazy twisting and turning to get those to go on. I mean, they go on easy, but the way that they're set, yeah, I just had to twist and turn them to get it to go on. And then these two are going to go right here, and they'll fit in there real easy. It's just I'm going to have to push these cords up, and then I can do one at a time on these. So I can actually get a hold of it. And snap that one in. And snap that one in. Double check, make sure they all are decently done. Now this is just a big globby mess, so I'm going to bend this back and try to get it to hook back here. Oh Lord, that looks like a mess, but most time people ain't gonna look up there. I really wish that these were just single cables like this right here, 4-pin, 4-pin, and then I mean just 8-pin, 8-pin, and straight back there to it like this. That looks horrid, but that's the cable that the Sama came with. So it does look like spaghetti junction up there. I'm gonna have to probably look into getting some better cables to go with this. But if it works, it works. For now, I'm gonna just go run with it. Set that up here. Yeah. Okay, so we got that one going. All right. Now it's time for the 24-pin connector. This is the biggest one. This is the power supply. The main one connects on this side, and I need it to, when it goes in there, I need it to go that way. So let's go ahead and twist it to go the right way, and let's shoot. I'm probably going to have to shoot up. I'm going to shoot up and then back down, then go through, so I can just get most of this out the way. Before I do that, let's see. Yeah, because these are the 8-pin PCI, and these are my SATA, just in case I need to get to those. I think this is a PCI one right here too, but that is like the newer one. That's the, yeah, I don't need that one right now, so we're good. So this one right here, let's see, got that one, make sure they're in good. We're good, we're good. This one's good, not too bent. I want to hook that up better right there. I need something to help tie. I wish these hooks were down here, and it made it where I can just pop them in, so I need to like clamp on here. But it's okay, I can tighten all this stuff up later. Right now I just need to get this somewhat secure. Not completely, but somewhat. Okay, now this is going to have to be twisted around like that, because when I go through, it's going to be that way. So let's go up through here. There's 1, 2, let's cross this one and come over here. 3. Come on up to 3 now. There we go. Let's get that going up in there. Alright. 4. Well, this is actually 3. 3. I was counting before I got there. Let's pull that tight. Oh yeah. And then I can come through, out and around. To right there. I could actually use this, and that would be the 4. So come here and then bust through this bad boy right here if I want to use it. I can use it. Let me see what it looks like. If it don't look good, then I will just curve it around. But I'm thinking that will look really nice. Yeah, and then this hooks right there. Yeah. Am I doing this right? No, I'm not. There we go. Now, let me slide all these into place. Yeah, that thing's looking nice. It's looking nice like that. Now I gotta make sure I get that thing in there really good. It's got to be all the way pushed in. It's clamped on, but I need to make sure there ain't no like rise. Make sure everything's completely in. It's looking like it's all in, so I want to make sure it is. Let me see this side over here. Do I see any pins? Nope. They're all flush. You can see right there. There is no. Yeah, it's flush. Perfect. All right, and that thing is on there perfectly. All right, so it's nice and tight. Perfect. All right, so it's just these fan headers still left over. I like doing those last to make sure I run them right. Do a good job on them. Push that down in the back. I'm gonna push all this floppy stuff down in the back so then it makes it look better. Actually, it's looking really good. The only eyesore that I'm seeing is this cable right here. These cables are horrible, but it's gonna be able to manage it. I can get these separated in separate ones later, so I'm fine with it for now. They just look so bad. They're barely even like it's stretching. They're long enough. It's just that they're the split ones that like connect together, the 4 and 4 that connect together and then go in, and then they're connected to the back one too. So it's I'd rather just have 2 8-pin connectors that go boom boom and be done with it. Like, all right, yeah. See, like this one. This is for the GPU, and it's got an 8-pin, and then it's got a 4 and a 2. Now this would have been a lot better if I had like just this, but it had double 8s over here to run and connect to that for the CPU. But I mean, I use that one. It works. It just looks horrible. But it is what it is. I'll look into that, see if I can find some better cords, because the cables that they gave me are a little crappy. All right, but this is the GPU. So I'm gonna plug in here. here to snap. And then we're going to go down through here. These are all going to be at the bottom. And I can tie these down and stuff. And they're going to come up through the front. Oh, yeah. So come in here, come down through the bottom, and then it's going to come up through the front, because the GPU will set right here, come to the back, and then these bad boys will come up through here, connect together, and plug right in like that. So it'll look really smooth. I'm going to go ahead and run another one as well. For the 97 calls, it's double 8 pins. Well, it depends on what version I get, but most of them are 2 8-pin connections. So this one, I got a GTX 1660 Super that I can like just test this thing with until they get the card that I want to buy in, because I can't get it. They just don't have supply. And I'm not going with the 50 series. Like, I am very disappointed in the 50 series. Not only for the scalping and the bull crap on that, but like watch the frames per second and all that kind of stuff, where it's like the fake frames. And then I'm seeing people like they're literally melting. The cables are actually melting. I think it's 12-pin cables. Yeah, they're like melting in the actual hookups, and then on top of that, the overpricing, the scarcity, you can't even find them. There's so many problems with it. Plus, I've seen people where it's like, using AI to generate these fake frames. And like I've seen like vehicles have like double bumpers and like weird, AI stuff going on. I don't want that. I want real graphics. So I'm definitely going with the 9070. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I'd rather be wrong on that front than to be right on the 50 series, because the launch is horrible. The way they're treating their gamer customer base is horrible. The scalping is ridiculous, and the scarcity is just retarded. Like, there's no other way around it. This is just stupid. You're gonna have to get this straight, man. The NVIDIA, I'm disappointed. Team Red. All right, let's go ahead and get this back fan up here in the top taken care of. I wish that this came with one of those fans already there. I bought an extra 3 set white fans, which ain't no big deal. But I got plenty of these screws. I got so many of the fan screws, it's ridiculous. I bought these Thermalright RGB fans. Yo, these things are pretty cool, and I can daisy chain the hell out of these. So I'm just going to daisy chain into this and then go around, try to use these to daisy chain all the rest. It's going to be good timing, good times. I got 3 of these bad boys. Yeah. See you later. These fans are really cool. I really like to look at them. I'm probably going to get like stickers and redo logos on all this, depending on what I want to, do and what I want to call the setup. One of my friends said do Stormtrooper, and I can do like the Stormtrooper helmets and stuff like that. I said, no, not going to do that. Not gonna support Star Wars right now. Star Wars is not right. I ain't gonna support Star Wars till Star Wars start doing right. They doing wrong. They too wrong. Too wrong. Too wrong. Can't go down that path. Not going to. All right. So one of these is the RGB header. and then this is the actual daisy chain. Oh no, they're the 3-prong. Okay, I got you. There we go. Yep, they're the 3-prong. All right, rock and roll. So yeah, we can definitely daisy chain all these together. And they also have the 4-prong. Oh yeah, we got this all day long. Let's rock and roll. Okay. Pick these things up to the top. Alright. 2 more screws. And we're through with this one. Alright. And I'm running that one through the top over here. And coming down here and gonna daisy chain all those together. That's a nice looking fan too. Yep, it'll work. Alright. On to the next. Okay, so I started rerouting. I took that cord out, ran it back up through here, daisy chained it together, pushed it back. It's looking a lot better. I'm going to tighten it up better, but before I go any further, I need to go ahead and get this. Yeah, I moved that over there, daisy chained those together, got it set up where these fans are, all the RGB is connected together now, and separated the fans where these 4 are running together and then these are running together. So that's a little bit more better. But before I move on, I need to go ahead and install the AIO. So I need to put the thermal paste on here and go ahead and secure it down. So first and foremost, I need to put the thermal paste. That's going to be the first thing to do. Let me set this up here, off to the side. Let's open this thermal paste up. Alright, I'm going to do like an X pattern with a few dots, and then I'm going to use this spatula right here to smear it out, smear it all around. So it should work really good that way. Alright, let me make sure I got enough on there. the lid back on. Real nice and good. Set that on to the side. Alright, let's make a smooth little cake. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah. And now we just make the cake. I'm going to spread it all out. This is like the biggest argument online. How much to put, what to draw. The pea size don't work no more, so I mean, it is what it is. You definitely want to make sure you have enough. You don't want to have too little. If you have too much, I mean, you're really just going to make a mess. But you just never want to have too little. I think that's going to be enough. It's going out to all the edges. It's about as thin as I can get it. I'm making sure I still got it on there all the way. I hope so. Yeah, it looks good. Using the edge to make sure I ain't getting nothing down in the sides. Don't want to be touching any of the inner parts. Don't want to be touching the edges either. Alright, so there we go. Now we got to pull this off. If not, we're in trouble. Always remove this before putting it down. Ooh, that's satisfying. Alright, it's down. I'm pressing firmly on it. I don't want this paste to be too much. I think I put just the right amount. I did the X with the dots and then smeared it out, so I hope that's more than enough. Now it's time to tighten this thing down. Alright, that's very tight and good to go. And I can push these down a little bit more over here to the side. This is where it needs to go. And I can go ahead and pull that off. So satisfying. Alright, put these stickers over here. That's what I'm talking about. What? Oh yeah. 9070 XT, baby. Oh yes. This thing is gorgeous. I can't wait to boot this up. Alright, this is my new computer. This is my new baby. I got her pretty much set up. I only booted her up one time, and I used one of my older GPUs on it. I've been waiting for my new GPU to get in. Finally, it has arrived. I'm so happy. I also got a 2 terabyte SN850X WD Black, super fast. I normally go with the Samsung, or used to, but for some reason they're just not stable, and I'm hearing a lot of people, they're having issues with them, so I'm not going with that. I also normally would go with NVIDIA. Unfortunately, they're burning up, and their supplies are crazy, and their prices are even more crazier. So yeah, AMD is like doing really good with the RX 9070 XTs, and I absolutely fell in love with them. So I decided to go with that. And that being said, without further ado, let's bring this bad boy over here. Yeah. This thing is freaking amazing. Let's get it out of here. Oh man, I've been waiting on this forever. When they first came out, I ordered one from Newegg, and my order immediately upon I went to sleep thinking I had me a 9070 coming. Unfortunately, I went to sleep, and the next day it was like canceled. I don't know what happened. Stupid crap. This one, they came back in, but the prices were like really weird and off, and I was like, I'm not doing that. That's a little too much. Then they started doing the. I could have bought it like 3 or 4 times. It was just too overpriced. I could have bought some from other websites. Could have bought some from Amazon. They was just way too high. I was like, look, I'm not paying this upcharge on this. This graphics card is like I would say it's definitely worth $700. And for the XT variant, yes. I was going to order an ASUS. I do love the. I went with the ASUS motherboard. I normally get ASUS motherboards. I really like the ASUS style, but of course I'm going with the more spaceship kind of like white variants. I wanted it to look kind of like spaceship wise. That's why I went with this one. It's got some silver and whites and stuff. So it was either white or silver, and that's all I wanted, with just hints of black or gray. So I was going to get the ASUS. Unfortunately, the tough ASUS, and after ordering it, couldn't do it. I tried to get the Prime one. Of course, couldn't get one. So just waited and waited and waited. Now it's already multiple times it's went through. Some came in, some came out. Some came on there. They were just too expensive. I'm not overpaying for a graphics card, but I am going to pay to get what I want. And in these day and age, you need at least 16 gigabytes. I don't care what people say. Yes, you can manage, you know, but no, you can't. Just go with 16. Um, AMD, I think, is knocking that out of the ballpark. Look, this is overkill for the games that I normally play anyway. Um, Having the CPU that I got in here is what I really need to play most of the games I play. But a lot of the newer games coming out, definitely 16 gigabytes, pushing it. Plus, AMD is getting a lot better with their version of ray tracing, and the frames per second that they're putting out is great. I think the only game that they are not doing so well on is Black Myth Wukong, but it's still playable. So, and you know, I've already played and beat Black Myth Wukong. Great game, but not going to be playing it again. I got plenty of other games to be playing. So I'm definitely going with the 9070 XT variant. I decided to go with Steel Legends. Why? Because number one, it was in stock. And also, I needed to upgrade because my old TV went kaput. And then I was using my Vizio 1080p TV, and that's not viable anymore. And they had a combo deal with the Phantom Gaming ASRock 34-inch 1440p. Uh, so ultra wide monitor plus the ASRock Steel Legends white graphics card. And so, hey, why not? Two birds, one stone. This was only $699. Uh, the monitor was like 350 something, altogether like 1,000 something bucks. Totally worth it. This is gonna last me at least 4 to 5 years, hopefully. And I normally upgrade my PC every 5 years or so, depending on what I'm doing and how much I'm working and how much I'm gaming. And this is definitely what I've been waiting for. I've absolutely I've absolutely enjoyed watching all the videos on the 97s. And are there more powerful versions? Yes. Are there weaker versions? Yes. But if you got a 9070 XT, dude, you're doing good. And this one right here is definitely going to be fun. I can't wait to hook it up. And you can, yeah, I can already see that. Yeah, this is, dude. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, let's unbox this. All right, the ASRock Steel Legend graphics card, 16 gigabyte AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT. Oh man, I waited forever for this thing, and I can't wait to unbox this thing. The smell, it's so good. All right, ASRock. All right, yeah. All right, sweet, great. Let's get to it. I've been waiting for this so long. This bad boy. Come on out of here. Cannot say enough good things about the 9070 RX. AMD is killing it. And I am so glad that the gamers are finally starting to speak with their wallets too. So even with the 50 series coming more available, they're like, ain't gonna happen. Instead, shining the spotlight on AMD. That's cool, man. I really like that. I really enjoy that. This thing is so freaking huge. All right. Oh yeah. I absolutely love it. I can't wait. This thing is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, let's see. What is this now? Attention. Oh yeah. Make sure I ground myself out. All right. Absolutely gorgeous. I will say this. I wish that the ASUS would have did a white version at launch. Also, MSI, what a fucking fail. Why? Because you had a chance to have a beautiful 9070 and think about all the money you could have made. Because I love buying MSI. But since MSI wanted to be little Nvidian fuckboys, go fuck around with them then. Because we going AMD all day long over here, especially when they doing this kind of performance. Oh man, this thing is gorgeous. Oh, man, look at that bad boy. That thing is absolutely gorgeous. It literally looks like a spaceship, and that's the reason why this is going perfect with my ASUS Prime motherboard. They literally match perfectly with the silver grays and the whites. Yeah, this thing's awesome. Oh, dude, I cannot wait. Look at that. This beast is going to be so much fun. I mean, this is technically overkill for everything I'm doing, but you know, abso-freaking-lutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. Well, let's take the plastic off this thing. This is like, let's get the plastic started. Hold on, wait, let me look over here. There we go. Oh man, that's so freaking sweet. Oh, come on now. Oh, absolutely love it. Oh man, that thing is awesome. I ain't gonna take the guard off just yet because I ain't ready to install it just yet. Just wanna take the plastics off. They get that one on there really good. They want to make you work for that one, huh? Was it folded over? Sure is. All right then. What is it with the new plastic? It used to be so easy. Either I'm getting, there it is. Come on. Come to daddy. Oh, yes. Steel Legend. Oh, yes. Dude, I am so freaking excited. I am so stoked. And like when you see this back plate, it goes so well with the ASUS. I wish ASUS would have made one just like this same coloration. It would have been great too. Or MSI, that would have been great too. Cause I normally go with ASUS motherboard because I just love their layouts, and normally go with MSI graphics cards. Where you at, MSI? Where you at? Somebody else got your money. Somebody else got that money. Straight up, man. And ASUS actually would have got my money because I thought the Prime and the Tough one go just as well, but I wanted them to be white versions instead of the black versions. But I cannot say no to this combo set that they hooked me up with. It was an upgrade anyway for me all around. Okay, I can't wait to put this thing in because now I got this beauty and I'm ready to start gaming with it. Abso-freaking-lutely gorgeous. 2 HDMI and 2 display ports. Of course, we're going display port. No, wait, if I remember right, I think this only has 1 HDMI and 3 display ports. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 display and 1 HDMI. All right, even better. All right, let's go ahead and take that thing off. Little cover guard. All right, this bad boy is ready to be installed. Let's install it. My cable management is crappy on this build because of this AIO. I really don't know how, because I don't know how to hide this. This comes up here and it's got a plug in up here, and I don't know where to run this, so it's just like laying over this, and it's really crappy, to be honest with you. I don't like it, but let me see. I can lift this up and let it come over this way. It just looks horrible. But this one I ran over here, and then it went down and around, and I was trying to hide it around here. I got to remove this M.2 cover, this heatsink. Take the, I want to say I had put one of my old 1 terabyte ones in there. I think it's a WD 1 terabyte one, which I was just using it for extra storage on one of my other builds. But I need to take that one out and put in my 2 terabyte one. That might be a problem. Let's do it right here. Let's see, I don't know if that's picking up. It should be. Let's get some extra light in here. All right, that definitely works. All right. And then right here. But I'm going with this one just because the amount of, I was told that it's actually best to go with an AIO and get one that actually has the screen on it so you can keep track of it and as soon as the temperatures go, crazy and it's failing, just replace it. And because it's technically overkill. I mean, AIOs are going to keep it way cooler than most fans from the data that I'm looking at. But at the end of the day, long as they are cool, I'm okay with it. All right, so I'm taking this one off. I'm going to set it over here for right now. I mean, I don't even need that. This one has slower speed. Anyway, I think this is an older one that I had in one of my older builds. This is the SN770 WD Black. So I know that it don't. I've never gamed with this one because this one it's not as fast. So things like certain games will just load forever whenever I use that. But it's okay to I had it just as extra, save files and save games and stuff like that. But this one is the SN850X. Like, this sucker is awesome. I was going to get the 4 terabyte one, but the price on it just wasn't. I thought it was a little too high, and I was like, I only need 2 terabytes. Plus I already have, external 10 terabytes that I can store pictures, videos, and all that kind of good stuff on. It writes a little slower, but this right here is what I need just a game on. And I'm always, if I'm not playing the game, if I download a game and the game sucks and I'm not liking it, I'm not going to keep it on my main drive. I'm going to, if I might play it every once in a while, I'm going to move it to my secondary drive, which is my 4K, my 4 terabyte one. And that's just going to be for backup. And then I have my external one too for, videos and other stuff like that. So this one right here is this has got the fastest writing other than the Samsung. But the Samsungs were having problems failing and they were unstable. So that's the reason why I went with the WD. I love WD. I think that WD is hands down, a great brand's got, for price to performance is really good. Western Digital is, I mean, this is unsponsored, like 100%, but I just absolutely love their products, and they've always been good with me. So, yeah, we're gonna hook this bad boy up. There we go. All right, where in the heck is that? Heatsink. There it is. All right, let's tighten this thing down. This has got the so I don't over tighten. Nice and tight. All right, we got the 2 terabytes in. And I got the 2 8-pin connectors as well. So now it's time for the big dog. Then we can put this thing all together. Okay. Let's make sure that is correct. There it was. It snapped in place. Oh, yes. All right. Let's move this up. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and bend this just slightly. Way back here, not too close to it. And they say when you're doing like the 2 8-pin or the 3 8-pins to not use like this connector and then like see how it's got the extra one to go over here. Don't do double it up on one cord. Use 2 separate cords. See, this one's completely separate from this one. So it's 2 different cords coming from the power supply. 2 different 8-pin cords coming from the power supply. I've had a lot of people say, I mean, you can do it, but they say to not do it. And okay, let's see. That correct? And square there? Yeah, that's correct. Let's go ahead and give it a slight bend back here. All of them are in. They are locked in. That white on white is like so freaking cool. All the white is just really, really, really cool. I love that I went with a white build. I actually absolutely love it now that I've done it. I mean, I normally do black builds, but I am very happy that I did a white build at this time. I mean, just looking at, just check that out, man. I absolutely love it. Inside here, I mean, this ASUS Prime motherboard, the AMD Steel Legend 97XT is, and then the 207 LAN. This is one of my favorite builds just on look wise. It literally looks like a spaceship to me. The only thing that I wish I can go back and do better is get the 360 instead of the 240. But I've been told that the 240 is overkill for my actual CPU. So a 360 is even more. So I was like, hey, let me save more money. Because, I mean, I put all my money in the GPU and the CPU, and everything else was just, hey, let's get the best bang for the buck. And put that in there. And, oh yeah. Are we in? We're in. And then screw these backs. So that boy ain't coming out. Now, this is easy accessibility with this, but it's also came off very easily. It just literally lines the holes up, and then it just pops in. But I'm not lying, this thing has fell on me. Even when I was unboxing it, it just came right out. And yeah, it could have just went crack. But altogether, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy that I got this build completed finally, and now it's time to get it rocking and rolling. I cannot wait to start it up. There is one final thing that I must do. As if I can actually get a hold. Actually, you know what? Let's do it from this direction. I mean, it's not done until it's done. And this is always the final touch to say it's done. You know something? I just noticed something. Before I do that, let's take this off. Cause what is this right here? I did not notice that until just now. Now I'm starting to make sure. Did I get all the sticky tabs? I know I made sure I got the one off of the AIO, because that would have been a problem. All right, let's. There wasn't nothing else over there. I mean, I don't think that would have hurt anything, but just in case, there's not one on this, is it? I swear, I wish they would put colors on that so it would like actually help instead of just clear. Cause a lot of people might leave those on there. All right, there we go. It seems like this magnet works. This one just feels like it's like not working, so that's why it makes it a little too easy to pop off. I mean, I do have to put a little pressure on it, but I'm just afraid of it falling, cause things like that can happen. There is like a little piece of fuzz that is on the inside. All right, now for the actual finish. Oh, the static. All right, let me set this stuff up and get this going. I am noticing that whenever this stuff was on here, there was like a scratch on the outside, and I was thinking that it was either on the inside or the outside of this, and I was thinking it may have just been on the plastic, but now that I pulled that off, this is actually, part of the actual these scratches are actually on the actual glass, and it came with it. Now I'm trying to see if they come off, but hold on, there is an inside piece of plastic too, so maybe those scratches are on this inside plastic. If not, our glass is actually scratched. It's coming off. So I don't know if you saw that scratch on there, but yeah, it was on the plastic. All right, now it's officially ready to go. I'm about to clean up this place. Got boxes and trash everywhere. Let's make sure this thing goes in. Perfect. Lock and load. All right, we're ready to game.